Tulsi Gabbard is the director of National Intelligence. So they're talking about, Director, a master ICE tracker. That's kind of a scary sounding list the government's putting together.
Very much so. Jesse, reminds me of the reason why I and so many others have left the Democrat Party. When you look at this party that is more interested in protecting criminals, cartel members, gangs, those who are causing incredible harm, ravaging our communities across the country, than they are actually standing up for the victims. You see a party that in many cases celebrated the assassination of Charlie Kirk. You see a party now that is essentially putting the lives of our law enforcement and their families at great risk. This is not the values of our country. This is not the values of the First Amendment and peaceful protest. This is a party that's undermining the very foundation of our country and putting the American people at risk, which is why President Trump, throughout his entire campaign, he promised the American people, I will make America safe again. I will secure our borders, and I will go after these cartels and gangs who are terrorizing the American people, raping young girls, causing incredible harm. And that's exactly what he's doing. I think the thing that's interesting to point out here, Jesse, is as you look at these law enforcement officers who are working for ICE, ICE's recruitment numbers have skyrocketed since President Trump took office, even in the face of these kinds of threats coming from some very powerful Democrat politicians across the country. Why is that? Because they are signing up to serve and protect the American people.
Why haven't we heard Democrats say, don't assault ICE, don't shoot ICE, don't ram ICE with your vehicle? I haven't heard that.
It makes no sense. I have not heard a single one of them. The opposite is true. You just heard very directly, it's the exact opposite. They're actually putting a target on the backs of every one of these ICE agents who puts their lives at risk every day, not to grab innocent people off the street, as the Democrats accuse them of doing, but it is to get those criminals, those who have, murders on their records, they have kidnappings, they have drugs, they have violent crimes of various sorts on their records, which is why ICE is going after them in these communities.
So the Secretary of War just announced that we've smoked another cocaine boat. This time is in the Pacific Theater. How much progress is the administration making in rounding up these cartel kingpins?
This is happening on multiple fronts. I can speak to a couple of them. Is just recognizing the really drastic reduction of drug trafficking across our borders, for example. We've seen the trafficking of fentanyl across our borders reduce drastically. You're seeing these cartels and these narco traffickers afraid, because for the first time, they're actually seeing in President Trump someone who means what he says, that he's going to stop them from putting the American people's lives at risk. In my organization, DNI, we have our counterterrorism teams who are working very hard, both in the United States and across the border, working to share actionable intelligence with our U.S. law enforcement agencies, as well as Mexico's law enforcement elements, and successfully going after and capturing people like this Sinaloa cartel boss El Pato and his money launderers. This is having an incredible impact, once again, on President Trump keeping his promise to the American people that he will make this country safe again for themselves and our kids.
That's great to hear. It's good that we're taking the war on drugs seriously. It's been a while. Director Gabbard, good to see you as always. Thank you so much for joining us. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.